Minimize, prioritize, and say no. Hey everyone, Dr. Jones here again with another weekly video message for you. And this week, I want to talk about the feeling of overwhelmed. Being overwhelmed with everything we've got to do every day with all our tasks. So how do we get over that? How do we stop that feeling of being overwhelmed like it's just too much to handle? Many times we try to do some false things. The biggest one that we do and often fall victim to is that to-do list. Now, how many of you before have done things that aren't on your to-do list? You put them on so you can cross them off, so you can feel more productive, more successful in getting through. That doesn't work. You see, oftentimes the things that we're putting on our to-do list don't even belong there in the first place. So if we can't use that, what do? Well, we minimize, we prioritize, and we say no. What's distracting you right now? What distracts you during the course of the day from getting things done? That could be your cell phone. It could be a TV show in the evening. It could be people that you hang around with, pulling at you to spend time with you and do different things when at that moment you need to prioritize something else. So guess what? You guessed it. Prioritize is number 2. Look, you need to prioritize what needs to get done first. If you try to do all these little different things, it's not going to work. It often reminds me of that trick you see people do with a jar sometimes where they have a bunch of different objects in a jar and ask if you can fit them all in. Well, people say no. And the items symbolize tasks. The jar symbolizes what we're capable of doing, and they put all the big items in first and all the way to the smallest items, which is usually sand or a liquid even. And because they prioritized, they are able to get everything in. You have to prioritize your tasks. Now, when you're minimizing distractions, be they an item or a person or a situation, and you're prioritizing your tasks, what's most important now? If something needs to be done by the end of the day rather than 2 days later, you need to work on that first. If something's a bigger part of your goal or has more leverage to you reaching that level of success, you have to work on that first, because then it might just take care of the other thing. But the only way you're able to do that is saying no. Practice it. No. If something isn't a priority, if something is a distraction, you need to say no. If it's not in line with what you need to do at that time to reach your goal or to be more successful, it's a no. Simple as that. And if you can't say yeah right away passionately to something, I want to be part of that, I want to do that. If you have to pause and think, well, that pause is your brain telling you there may be something else that's a little more important. So it could be a distraction taking you away from your priorities. So then you say no. Hey everybody, that's it for this week. I really appreciate you listening. I never take it for granted. And remember, it's all about prioritizing, eliminating distractions, learning to say no. Now, I know I mixed up that order there a little bit from the beginning, but it works the same. Get rid of those distractions in your life. Minimize them. Say it with me. Prioritize things. And then especially say it with me, just say no to things that are going to do damage to either of the first two. Listen, as always, be purposeful, act with integrity, and continue to build your character. You have a great day.